So it's Orlando Canizales against Julio Portillo. Canizales, a legend. If you think about it, the former IBF bantamweight champion holds the all-time record in the bantamweight division with 16 successful defenses. Also held the title for 6 years and 3 months. The all-time record in the bantamweight division. That was the longest title reign. And tonight he defends his junior featherweight championship in the IBC against Julio Portillo, who is 14-4-1. Canizales' last fight, a TKO in the 7th round over Denny Aponte. That was an IBC title defense. Portillo's last fight knocked out in the 6th by Juan Marquez in California.
Well, something you're seeing with Orlando is that normally he's not a very fast starter. And I'm not sure whether the temperature out here tonight is the reason he's coming out a little quicker, thinking that Portillo may not be as loose as he could be. Normally he sits back, he's very patient, wears the fighters down. And tonight this is kind of unusual for him to start so quick.
Canizales lost in a bid for the WBA junior featherweight title to Alfredo Vasquez in January of '95. But since then he has won his last 3, trying to work his way back up for another world championship.
Portillo, he's been in the ring with a couple of pretty tough guys himself. His record was a little bit deceiving. Supposedly the knockout that he encountered was the night he wasn't feeling very well. Prior to that, he had a couple other wins over to a couple of guys who were highly regarded as far as the IBC is concerned. He's not a guy who seems to carry much fear. He considers himself a very good boxer. And tonight against Orlando, he's going to have to be a very good boxer.
Portillo has lost his last 2. This is his 2nd fight in the U.S. His last fight was in California, prior 18 in Mexico. Canizales trying to throw that jab. When it's on, it's pesky. And he wants to double up on that jab, Roy. He just doesn't want to throw one, right?
Well, Justin Reed had told him that this guy's a little taller than he is, which is, and moving up in weight like that, you tend to come up against, and the flight getting over, he told him, I want you to go out and attack this guy, work his body, hit him everywhere that he gives you that's legal, and at the same time, I want you to go in and take anything away from him that he's trying to do. And right now, it looks like his movement is what Orlando does. Orlando cuts the ring out so well. If you notice where his feet is exactly where it should be, when he sets in to throw a punch, he's set. I mean, it's almost, he's what you can see is a personified. He personifies professionalism in boxing.
1-2 by Orlando Canizales. And Canizales continues to back up Portillo. There's a good solid body blow. Right hand got through. Now when you get to the midsection, you get to build up on it over time, and it lasts with you for the early, long morning hours.
A long time, and the whole idea with guys like Orlando, realize that, okay, these guys are a little bigger than I am, so I've got to keep this same. He realized if he lets up any, he could be in for a lot of trouble.
There was a double jab by Canizales. From his corner, you hear the instructions for Jesse Reed to go body head, body head. Don't want to forget one, but it's better to go to the body. Final seconds of round 1, and around control by Canizales.
A little bit more aggressive with yourself. Don't be so relaxed with yourself. This guy's
Canizales made his pro debut way back in August of 1984. In '93, he was the IBF Fighter of the Year.
Deservedly so. You're going to see Orlando as he comes in. He uses his eyes so well. He picks his punches, and when he throws a blow, he's not going to be very far off the mark. But what happens sometimes with a guy like Portillo, when you're fighting a guy who's a little taller than you, you have to find the idea from his corner is to touch this guy. Touch this guy. Don't waste punches. Touch him, and then you come in with the punch that you think is going to put him away.
Another look, Roy.
Real strong right hand.
The thing that you pointed out about cutting off the ring, it's such a great point because it's so much your footwork and how it puts you in position to land solid blows and to have good leverage.
Exactly, and you're able to counter each time. The guy throws, in case this guy's firing back at you, you're in a position to go right back at it.
Round number 2. Scheduled for 12, IBF Junior Featherweight Championship on the line. Orlando Canizales defending the crown against Julio Portillo. Canizales 6 years, Portillo senior.
Orlando is the kind of fighter that He is just so persistent. I mean, each time you watch him, you're actually amazed by why hasn't this guy received even more of the accolades that the other greater fighters have. Fighting in a lighter division, a lighter weight division, tends to do that to you sometimes. But after it's all over with, he'll definitely go down as one of the greatest fighters in boxing.
Well, there's no question. I mean, going into tonight, he's fought 291 total rounds. If this fight goes 9, you're talking about 300 rounds. Guys today don't even go 100.
Especially when you consider the fact that he's won 98% of those fights. I mean, it's amazing.
Oh, a nice chopping, solid body blow by Portillo as he dug the left hook to the body. Portillo getting a little more active in this second round.
Portillo is going to have to try to keep Orlando in the middle of the ring if he wants to be effective.
Oh, a big right hand. That might be all. A bomb by Canizales. I don't think Portillo's getting up. Oh, my. Now all of a sudden he does get to his feet, raising his hands. Richard Steele takes a good look at him at Portillo's back.
What you see, you call him, the problem is he's backing up against the rope. You cannot retreat and box Orlando Canizales. You have to box and spin and move.
Let's see if he finishes him off. There's a right hand. Canizales coming in. And down goes Canizales. I believe his hand touched the canvas. Let's see. It did. A knockdown for Portillo. What a stunner that was.
Retaliation blow.
So Canizales got a little careless coming in for the kill. Now we still have over a minute left in this wild second round. First it was a Canizales knockdown. Then it was Portillo. Canizales is unhappy. He is angry. Trying to take it out on his opponent. Canizales got a little careless. And Portillo nailed him.
Well, but Portillo caught him coming in. And that's the problem with being that aggressive. You got a guy backing away from it, and all of a sudden, you think you're there, and he realizes, uh-oh, you're right in front of me, throws the punch and catches it.
Big right hand landed again by Canizales. Down goes Portillo for the second time. 2 rights scored with 34 seconds left. And that is it. Richard Steele waves it off because he wanted the fighter to walk to him, and Portillo walked backwards instead. This one is over in a bizarre second round with Orlando Canizales finally winning it.
Orlando, again, the type of fighter that he is, you cannot afford to make a mistake against him. He's just too good. Everything, a fighter can be looking like he's doing everything right, and then all of a sudden, he makes one mistake, and Orlando makes you pay for it.
Couple of questions, Roy. First of all, was Canizales' knockdown a flash knockdown? Is that why the kid got up?
It was more of a flash because it was more retaliation. The guy was trying to keep him off. He threw the punch just in hopes of, if he's in front of me, I'll catch him.
Now let's take a look at the first knockdown and see Canizales put Portillo down.
You see Portillo backing out, which is really dangerous if you're not. You can't back out and do nothing. You have to back out and punch, and that's what he did, nothing.
Here's the second knockdown. Watch Canizales. He was off balance, and he got nailed, and his glove touched the canvas.
But it's just a retaliation blow. Nothing that was set up by anything.
All right, a look at the third knockdown in this round. It's a couple of rights and then a good, solid body blow. Wow. That one just chopped away at his body, and he tried to walk towards Richard Steele, and then all of a sudden he walked backwards. So Canizales retains his IBF junior featherweight belt with a second round stoppage. You know, even the old veterans, the ring-weary individuals can learn something. And Canizales, I think, tonight learned about getting a little careless.
Yes, he did. You just cannot afford to make a mistake, especially when your crown is at stake. Everybody wants to wear their crown every once in a while.
Orlando Canizales now with 43 wins, 32 KOs, hoping to get a shot at another world championship. In his 12th pro season, he has fought in 19 world title fights, is 18-1. At one point, Roy, he went 8.5 years before losing to Wilfredo Vasquez.
I mean, it's an outstanding. I promoted one of his fights in Houston as he defended his title. Jesse Reed, who's been with him from the onset, Jesse's a terrific conditioned guy.
And I maintain that a relationship in boxing between a trainer and a fighter is so important, and guys that switch often
are definitely not in as good a shape. I'm talking about in shape, meaning how things fare for them, as a guy who's staying with the same connection. They know each other. They work together. That's the beauty of the sport.
And that's what makes this just such an unusual relationship between Orlando and Jesse. But Jesse, he's raised him from the standpoint of, I know what you need to do. If you listen to me, I will take you where you should be. And Orlando gave him that. You have to admire him for that also.
Canizales too old in your mind to make another run at a WBA, WBC, IBF belt?
No, not at all, because the experience that he has can take him almost any way he wants to. What he's going to have to do, though, he's going to have to perhaps step up in a little bit better competition and realize that if I'm going to be successful, I've got to beat one or two of these guys. The fact with Vasquez was a good example.
Here's Michael Buffer.
That's the call, a halt to the bout. The official time, 2 minutes, 36 seconds of round number 2. The winner by TKO victory, and still the IBC Junior Featherweight Champion of the World, Orlando Canizales.
Orlando Canizales, when you talk about bantamweights, he has been simply one of the best over the years.